So what we are going to do today is that we will look from Sotapanna, from the aspect of who is a Sotapanna and how I need to meditate. Considering that I'm starting today and I want to know whether I'm a Sotapanna already or not. So what I should do. So in the Parinibbana Sutta, uh, Buddha explains to Ananda, because Ananda keeps on asking Buddha whether this person is a Sotapanna or a Sakadagami or Anagami Arhat. So he says that, look, Ananda, I'm getting tired of your questions on every person you ask. So I'll teach you on mirror reflection. Okay, so you can proclaim this and you can ask people to, whoever attains, can share that, yes, I have indeed reached Sotapanna. Okay. Now, what is that I need to do? Is today what we are going to take is first, yesterday we looked at samatha. So we are going to have an equanimous, the purpose is to create equanimity. So the vikshepa or the distraction or shakedness is removed. Okay, so what we are going to do now is that we are going to do the sila. So we'll establish the sila. Even though you've been doing it, so we'll still establish it. We will recite the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. You might have been doing it, but still we will do it. And we will see, we'll take Buddha, what is Buddha, and that we will do it for the whole day. So what you can do is you will be working, you will be doing whatever you're doing in a day, but you have to reflect upon two aspects. One aspect is on the sila. Are you breaking any moral precept, either minor or major? And then you are going to reflect on the Buddha. These are two things what you would be doing. Okay. So let's begin. What we are starting now is on Savitakka. That means I have come and sat here. There will be some mental thoughts or something which is running. So we need to stop, or I need to stop that movement. So what is that I'm going to do is to do Savitakka, that is forcefully bringing something against this thought. So let's say I just had my breakfast. I'm talking to uh, my wife, or we are discussing on certain topic, and then these thoughts are running. So no Buddha thought is running. So first I need to observe what thought is running. That would be the samatha. Okay. So you have to check right now what thought is running and replace that with this one. Okay. So we'll start. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Now what I need to do is what I did just now is a pariyatti. It comes to chanting, but I have to do the patipatti, which is practice. So Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa would actually transform, or can be translated for transformation like this. Namo is to prostrate, and also na plus ma, that is nothing is mine in the sense. Okay. Namo is that I don't hold anything, nothing I'm holding. Tassa, you. Bhagavata, one who has ended the birth and death cycle. Okay, that's a Bhagavata. So if we take somebody name as Bhagavan or Bhagava or Bhagavata, it means that one who has found a solution to the samsara. That is, samsarana is going around and nissarana is cutting that. No sarana, that is no running around, no going in circle. So going in circle is breakfast, lunch, dinner, sleep. That's going in circle. And you do the same thing every day, exactly the same. There's nothing being changed. So that is samsarana. Nissarana is cutting that. Okay. The more we are on samsarana, we are in samsara. The more we are in nissarana, we are in nibbana. So namo tassa bhagavato arhato. Arha is noble. Why it is noble? It's because he has eliminated the raga, dvesha, moha. Raga khayo, dosa khayo, moha khayo, nibbana. So because of that, he is in nibbana all the time. So I am following that person who has found the solution or who has the solution. Samma sambuddhassa. Samma is oneself by one's own merit, by one's own effort. Sambuddha, one who has found the Four Noble Truths for himself without being taught by anyone. Now, what we are doing is we are getting taught by the Buddha. That means we are referring to the Sutta or to the Gatha or to Udana or to whatever, and we are trying to understand through an interpreter. Okay, so that person is putting his experience or her experience and sharing that this is what is Buddha. But as far as the Buddha goes, he found it by himself. So nobody could come and tell him this is what it means. So hence, I'm saying it three times. First time is by the body, second time is by the speech, and the third time is by the mind. So when I do this, Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arhato Samma Sambuddhassa, that is Pariyatti, chanting. Then I am doing Patipatti. Basically, it means that I am putting it into practice. So, what practice? I am now getting into the Buddha state of mind because that makes more sense. So, this is what I need to do. So, this becomes savitak. So, if you observe your mind now, you will not have any thought except for, or you should not have any thought except for Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Except for that, you should not hold anything. Now, if you're holding something, then you have to defocus that. Animitta. Nimitta is symbol. Animitta. So you have to remove that and replace it with this. Okay. So focus, that gets you the attention. Now you're aware of the meaning of Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. This itself you can take object of the meditation. So the first one we did the or doing the samatha. Second, we are looking at the sutta, which we are going to do next. Third one is finding the object, suitable object. We can take breath, we can take any of these what we discussed yesterday. The fourth one we are going to do the vipassana. Fifth one we are going to do anupassana. So this is what will be the format. So what we just now did is till here. Now we continue further. Now if you stop the mind or if you just relax there, what happens is that mind can again go into another thoughts. So instead of that, we are going to then put Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, Sarana. That is refuge. Buddham Saranam Gacchami. Dhammam Saranam Gacchami. Sangham Saranam Gacchami. Dutiyampi Buddham Saranam Gacchami. Dutiyampi Dhammam Saranam Gacchami. Dutiyampi Sangham Saranam Gacchami. Tatiyampi Buddham Saranam Gacchami. Tatiyampi dhammam saranam gacchami. Tatiyampi sangham saranam gacchami. Saranaagamanam sampunnam. Now that was pariyatti. Now we are going to look at patipatti, practice. Why should I follow the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha? It's because there is no other refuge. Now, why there is no other refuge? It's because of this reason. So we are going to do the Buddha Vandana, which is what is Buddha, what is Dhamma, and what is Sangha. Iti piso bhagava arham samma sambuddho vijjacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarathi satta deva manussanam buddho bhagava iti swakhato bhagavata dhammo sanditthiko akaliko yehi passiko opanaiko pachattam veditabbo vinyuhi iti supatipanno bhagavato savaka sango ujupatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nayapatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Samichipatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadidam chattari purisa yugani Atta purisa puggala Esa bhagavato savaka sangho Ahunayyo Pahunayo, Dakhineyo, Anjali Karaneyo, Anuttaram Punyakhetam Lokasa iti. Now this again became pariyatti. So we are using the Gatha way of understanding Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. So now we have to come into the patipatti. So what I'm going to do is I'll take only the Buddhanusati today and we will have to do this for the whole day. So what's the objective? The objective of the Sotapanna is to have faith, not belief, faith in the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha and Sila. These are the four things which will help in removing three of the Sanyojana, which is fetters. So the three fetters or three sanyojana is first one visiki ichha, skeptical doubt. So the doubt arises because of not having faith. I might be believing in Buddha Dhamma, but I might not have faith because I have not experienced anything. So the Sotapanna is one who experiences Buddha Dhamma, that is Pativedan, experience. Patipatti is practice. Pativedan is experience. Okay. So I, as a Puttujana, getting into the Buddha Dhamma, I should experience something in the next 7 days. That's the objective. So I'm going ahead with understanding what is Buddha, what is Dhamma, what is Sangha, and for the whole day, I will look at not breaking the precept. Okay, so this is what would make the Visikiccha go away because I can experience. Now, what would I experience? Experience would be removal of Sakkhaya Ditti, self view. That will go away. So, the goal of a Sotapanna is to let go of the Sakkhaya Ditti. For that, I need to have the faith. For that, I need to have knowledge of what is Buddha, what is Dhamma, what is Sangha. And because of that, I'm not doing Buddha Vandana or the worship of the Buddha just like a ritual. Like I go to a temple and I offer flowers, I offer incense, I offer fruits and rice and all of that. It is good, but that itself does not make me become Sotapan. So I need to do two things. I need to know whether I'm a Neya for myself, and I need to know whether I'm a Padaparma. These two things I should have known by now. If I not, then I need to talk to the teacher to find out whether I'm a Neya or Padaparma. Assuming I'm a Neya, then it is Kalyana Mitra Neya, first one, or Dhamma Savana Neya is the second one. Now, assuming we are Dhamma Savana Neya, that means we have a discourse or the Desana, and through that we are able to do it fair, but again, shouldn't become a Pariyatti learning, should get into Patipatti, which is practice. So, what's the practice? First one, Iti Piso Bhagava. Who is Bhagava? That I need to practice. Bhagava is one who has found answer for birth and death. Now, what is birth and what is death? If there is a condition of arising, there's a condition of ceasing or departure. So if there is an arrival of something, there is going to be a departure of the very thing which has arisen. So if there is a hunger which is arisen, then there is going to be, when the food is taken, that hunger is gone. So this departure. Now this cycle, that is arising and departure, or arising and ceasing, or arrival and departure, if you are able to cut it, that is Bhagava. Why we are arising and passing away? Because we want to become something. It is called Bhava Tarana. Tarana means going around. Bhava is to become. So I want to become this, I want to become that. So if I were to give up the very thought or very, that is the, if I could say Chanda, Chanda means interest. So if I give up the interest of becoming this and becoming that, thisness and otherwise not, idha bhava, anyatha bhava, if I am able to do that, then I understand Bhagava. Iti pi so Bhagava. Arham. Why? Because he has cut the birth and the death cycle. So Arha is one who, there are 6 enemies. Ari is enemy. Arha, Han is to cut it. So one who has cut 3 of the enemies, that is Raga, Dvesha, Moha, and all the 3 will come due to 6 friends. One is Kama, that is sensual lust. Krodha, that is anger. Lobha, greed. Anger comes, anger's friend is greed. So if you have greed, you will definitely have anger. They go hand in hand. So letting go of greed will let go of anger. You cannot let go of anger without letting go of greed. So karma is there. If there is a sensual desire, sensual lust to possess something, that will bring in anger if you don't get it. If you get it, you want more. So there is greed. Okay. So raga, that is, sorry, the kama, krodha, lobha. If you get it and you keep on getting it and you know you can work it out and get it, there is moha, delusion. And when there is delusion, its 3 friends are going to be there. Delusion by itself will bring in 2 other friends. One is mother, which is intoxication. So I get intoxicated by power, by position, by whatever I'm getting, thinking that look how much I'm working out to get it. So mother. And matsarya. In Pali it is macharya, which means stinginess. And obviously the stinginess has to be there because I've struggled so hard to get something. And nobody would like to give anything which he or she has so far struggled. So iti piso bhagava arham, because that is the person who has cut. There is no becoming. So there is no 6 enemies. Samma sambuddho, who has understood by himself. Vijja Charana Sampanno. There are 6 Vijjas. We'll take the 3 only right now. Other 3 are slightly complicated. The first one, Vijja, is understanding the past lives, all the past lives. It's called Tevijja, 3 Vijja. Dibya Sotta, Dibya Chakku is also part of it in that 6, but we'll cover only 3 of them. So, first one is understanding the past lives. Second one is Chuti Papata Jnana, which means how the beings are arising and how the beings are passing away in different realms of existence. So, Samma Sambuddha is one who has seen it for himself. He didn't go to a school, he didn't go to a teacher to ask, teach me this. So, the second one. And the third one is Asava Khaya Jnana. Asavas are the defilements, Khaya is ceasing away, Jnana is knowledge. So, these 3 things. This is Vijja. What is Charana? What is the Charana Dhamma? Charana, it actually means a person's attitude. So, what's the attitude of Buddha? There are 15 in all. So, what's the first one? The first one is Sila. There's nothing called minor and major. In our case, we might have minor and major because we are learning, we are Sekha. Whereas in the case of Samma Sambuddha and Arhat, there's nothing called as minor and major. Okay. So, first one is Sila. Second one, which we are yet to practice, is Indriya Samvara, guarding the sense door. At a Sotapanna level, the person might not be able to understand what is guarding sense door, but he still lets go of Sakhaya Ditti. Okay, so the objective in these 7 days is to know for oneself that he or she has removed Sakhaya Ditti as an experience, Pativedan. So, but we'll touch base upon this one, the Indriya Samvara. We'll take one of the Indriyas and do it. Then the third one, Bhojane Matyanutta, moderation in eating. Now, if the first 2 we start practicing, Sila and Indriya Samvara, it will reduce the hunger. Hunger is a disease, it's a dart, it's a boil. Okay, so we need to understand that it is not something to be relished, it's a pain. So you are addressing the pain. So this is what we are going to learn as Pachavekkana. So that is the third one, moderation in eating. Because these 3 are relatively established in us, then it will take Jagariyanu Yoga, that is moderation in sleeping. Okay. The fifth one is Saddhamma. Okay, what are this? Saddhamma. The first Saddhamma is the Saddha, faith, fully developed faith. Okay, that one thing is certain for that person is faith. Second one, Sati, is completely mindful. There's nothing which is not mindful. So in the 4 states, what I was talking about, one is focus, second one is attention, third one is awareness. So if you take Buddha, you become aware of the Buddha's qualities, like what we are talking now, the Charana Dhamma, the attributes, the attitude of the Buddha. If I were to focus on that and bring in the attention, then get into the awareness, it develops mindfulness. What is mindfulness? Not allowing any other thought to get established at all. So the only thing which will be there is attributes of the Buddha, nothing else. The other thoughts will come and go, but this thought will remain. This is what the Vimala Ramsey's method of 6R is, where you have a good thought or a joyous thought, and the remaining thought don't give any damn to it, and then it will go away, but this thought will remain. In the same way, you put this Buddha. So you put the Charana Dhamma, Saddha, Sati, flawless, two of them. Third one, Hiri and Ottappa, moral dread and moral shame. So we need to establish moral dread and moral shame. That moral dread means, what if I were to end my life right now, where I am going to go? That brings in moral dread. Moral shame, Ottappa, is I am very shameful of breaking the precept. Okay. So Hiri, Ottappa. Then fifth one, Bahusaccha. Bahusaccha is knowing things as they are. That is the Four Noble Truths. Satcha is the four. Dukkha Satcha, Dukkha Samudaya Satcha, Dukkha Nirodha Satcha, Dukkha Nirodha Gamini Patipada. These are the four Satcha. Bahusaccha. Then once these are developed in a good way, that will help me in getting into the virya, energy, to remove the defilements in the mind. And the last one is panya, wisdom. So what is that I am hunting for? Wisdom. So what is the step? First, to have faith in the Buddha. So now I don't know whether I'm a Sotapanna or not. So what I should do? Practice using Buddhanusati, get into the Pariyatti, which we are doing, Patipatti, put it into practice by reflecting upon it to the whole day, and you get Pativedan, which is you'll get an experience. Okay. So these are the, now it became how many? 12. Sorry, 11. Then the 4. First jhana, second jhana, third jhana, and fourth jhanas. The 4 jhanas are the remaining of them. So totally becomes 15 charana dhamma. So 11 plus 4. You need to reflect on each one of them. Vijja charana sampanna. Sampanna is one who has acquired it. Sugata, because he has this, the gati, the destiny, is su, good. There's nothing to guess, no disease. So obviously the person is healthy. So Sugato, Lokavidu. Loka, he knows 3 lokas. Sattaloka, world of the beings. Sankhara Loka, world of the choices, formation, preparation. Okasa Loka, world of things. All the dhammas is Okasa Loka. We will take this up some other time. There's no point in going deeper into these 3 loka. We need to know there are 3 lokas. Loka Vidu. Vidu means the way of how it works. So he knows the Satta Loka, he knows the Sankhara Loka, how it works, and he knows the Okasa Loka. Anuttara. Anuttara. Uttara is north. Anuttara. Exceeding what can be called as a straight path. So he has completed it. He is sitting right at the pinnacle. With what? Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarathi. Purisa is, Pura is city, Pura is the body, Pura is the person. Purisa is a person. This person. Dhamma Sarathi. Sarathi is a charioteer. So Dhamma is the learning or the teaching. Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarati, Satta and Deva Manusa. Satta is Sattva in Sanskrit, which means essence. Deva Manusanam. This essence that I feel I am, that essence, whatever everything feels, for Deva and Manusa is Buddha. To give this knowledge, Buddho Bhagava iti. Because of this, he has understood the noble truth and he is teaching us a noble truth, and hence is Bhagava iti. So what I need to do is to go through this all the time. That's all I need to do. So today and tomorrow we'll only do the Buddhanusati, and now we will go into the Anattalakkhanasutta. These are the two things what we are going to do. What is? We recite, which we recited from Itipisuddha, from Namo Tassa Bhagavata and all that, and we have to still put the 5 precepts. So let's establish the 5 precepts. So what we are going to do is we are going to inquire about the Buddha in the Patipatti as a practice that gives us the experience Pativedana. Okay. So now let's put in the precepts. Panatipata Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami Adinnadana Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami Kamesu Michchāchāra Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami Musavada Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami Surameraya Majjapamadatthana Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami Imani Pancha Sikkhapadani Samadhiyami Imani Pancha Sikkhapadani Samadhiyami Imani Pancha Sikkhapadani Samadhiyami. Now what we just now did is to establish the 5 precepts. So the whole day we need to be watching whether for any reason we are going to break the precept, and just watch. Don't have to do anything. As you keep watching, the breaking will stop. It's just like a police watching the people. They are not thief as such, but just police is standing. Because there is police, people will exactly do what they are supposed to do. Like on the road, when I'm driving my car, there is a police and there is a traffic light, and I know that if the traffic light I need to stop, but I thought let me go further. Suddenly I see the police there, so I back up my car. Why? There's a police. In the same way, you need to bring in the pajanana, is to create this policeman. So one part of the mind starts observing what's happening on the other side of the mind, which is what is taught in the Dvida Vitakka Sutta, that you just have to play around with it initially. So I need to see any one of these 5 precepts are being broken. No complaints, fix it. Can be minor, can be major. What is the minor of all of these five? Let's understand it. The first precept, the minor offense is we do the character assassination of the person because we don't like that person. That is minor. The major is to kill, really kill the person. Second, adinnadana. I negotiate looking at the person is not able to reduce, and then I do something and spend so much of energy in getting that little bit of discount. That's a minor offense. Really stealing it from the stall or from the store, or taking somebody's idea and putting his name, all those are stealing. Minor stealing is adding my name in a patent or in some idea and say that, hey, even I have contributed it, why don't you add my name? That becomes minor. Okay, the third one, kameshu michachara. The minor one is fondling someone without their permission is a minor offense. The major one would be having an sexual or any other kind of sensual by both body, speech, and mind is a major precept breaking. Musavada, that is lies. Minor one, exaggeration, adding more story than what really it is a minor one because there is no intent of doing that but habituated. Major one is deliberately telling lies. Then the last one, intoxication. The minor one is that you feel proud of your achievements, is a minor one. The major one is all kind of it, meaning from drinking to drug to feeling too proud and too efficient, and all of that is a major. What it does, these five precepts, if broken, they create hindrances. That means you cannot enter into samadhi. So the only reason why the samadhi doesn't get established is because my precepts are broken. So it's okay to break the five precepts minor, fixing it is easy, but five precepts major is very difficult to fix. So we need to put in a lot of effort to fix the major ones, little bit of effort for minor ones. Okay. Now what happens if I just keep on breaking all the time? That much delay is going to happen. As a Sotapanna, do I still break the precept? Yes, the minor ones. As a Sakadagami, will I break the minor precept? Little bit. As a Anagami, do I break any precept? No. As a Arhat, will anybody break the precept? No. Clear? So if I am breaking precepts for hundreds of reasons, means I have defilements, not sleeping, they are there on the surface itself as a subconscious level. So I need to practice. Okay. Now this thing I need to be doing the whole day in my work, in my office, in transactions, in whoever coming, whoever going. Try to observe in any precepts are broken. If it is minor one, don't worry too much because you might not be able to watch all of it. But the major ones, deliberate lying, deliberate stealing, deliberate killing, deliberately enjoying the other person, and deliberately intoxicating oneself either by liquor or by any other kind of substance or substance abuse, and also feeling too proud, too great, and all that deliberately. As far as possible, don't do that. But if you break it, it creates hindrance. So you might lose out the chance of becoming a Sotapanna. So you need to reflect upon that you are following the Buddha Dhamma. That means you have to make Buddha watching you as you practice. So you need to bring in, like Jinapanjara Sutta is a good one to do this. It gives you how you should make your body and mind as though Buddha and the Sariputta, Moggallana, then Aniruddha, then Nanda, then Sivali, then Angulimala, and all these people are established in your body. They are watching you. You're watching every move of you. If you can do that, you will never break the seal. And your samadhi will be perfect. You'll be able to establish samadhi. So, we started with the Gatha. Then we understood what is Buddha. Then we established the Sila. These three things is part of the Sila Khanda. So I need to be looking at whether I'm breaking something based upon the situations. Somebody is coming, somebody is talking, something is happening, this is happening, that is happening, going to the office, driving the car, parking, going to the restaurant, meeting someone, all that time. Need to see this. Okay. I need to record how much time have I spent on this and how much time I have been totally ignorant. That tells me my progress. So if I maintain a chart, that would be good to see how much I am managing it. Then the last portion is the Anattalakkhana This is a very important sutta which made Kondanya get into Sotapanna. How? Sutta, after that, Anattalakkhanasutta, these two suttas brought Kondanya into that state of Sotapanna. Now, we'll understand what it is. So, for the first time, Buddha explains what are the 5 aggregates in that sutta. And I have listed out that Anattalakkhana it's in the link what I had sent on my website. You can go through that Anattalakkhanasutta. But for now, we will not go through line by line of that sutta. I will just give you the summary, and that's a practice, what we need to do. The first one, he explains the 5 aggregates. What is Rupa? So we need to know Rupa, Rupasa Samudaya, Rupasa Attangamo. Then what is Vedana? Vedanasa Samudaya, Vedanasa Attangam. Sanya, Sanya Udayangama, Sanya Attangama. Sankhara, Sankhara Udayangama, Sankhara Attangama. Then Vijnana, what is Vijnana Samudaya, what is Vijnana Attangama. Samudaya is sunrise or rising. Attangama is actually in Sanskrit also, and in all Indian languages the same word is used. Is Attanga is setting, rising and setting. Okay. Now we need to understand what is it's there in the Salaytana Varga of the Sanyukta Nikaya. So you can basically take that. Or there are many suttas from 22 dot so many onwards. You can look at these 5 aggregates. Coming back to this, before we touch the Anattalakkhana we need to understand what is Rupa, what is Vedana, what is Sanya, what is Sankhara, what is Vijnana. Now, what is Rupa? Rupa, like in this context where I'm sitting and I'm watching this camera, it has, if I see my skin has a color and there is solid bones, liquid is there. Then my body is moving like this. So then there is heat. Then I am occupying the space. This body is occupying the space. So also this is occupying the space. And on the table you can see all the Buddha things, they are occupying space. and you see the wall behind, and that is occupying space. So that means if you look at the space from, if you look at that, if I touch any one of these object, I'll find it as either cold or hot. So there's temperature, and earth is moving, and so the body parts, so everything is moving. So there is vayu, pathavi, apo, tejo, vayu, akasa. So he takes 4 elements because akasa has all the 4. You cannot see akasa, space. So you take the 4. So 4 mahabhuta, chattaro mahabhuta, and upadaya rupa, arising from this 4. What? If there is pathavi, when I see everywhere, there is color, including the skin has a color. This t-shirt what I'm wearing has a color. And these items what I've kept have a color. The curtain has a color. So everything has a color. So if there is pathavi, it has color. You cannot find pathavi without any color. You should find color. If you have apo, that is liquid, it should have rasa. So saliva has a rasa. If blood comes, it has rasa. If I burn anything, it has rasa. So the rasa is there. And rasa in English becomes very difficult to explain. So let's keep it as rasa. Okay. Then if there is tejo, it should have ojha, nutritive essence. Why? Digestion creates what? Ojas. It puts in the nutrition into the body. So the digestive fire, what we call, will burn the food, take the nutrients. Same thing with cooking. Same thing with everything. So if there is fire, there is nutrients. The last one, if there is air, vayu, gandha, you don't take your nose for smelling. The smell comes to you. I've never seen anyone taking their nose. The smell comes to you. Smell comes through the air. And the air enters into your nostrils, and then the smell olfactory will start. One second. It is doing some software upgrade. So the screen got frozen. Okay. So if there is vayu, there is gandha. If there is tejo, there is ojas. If there is apo, then there is rasa, pathavi, varna. Varna, rasa, gandha, oja. 4 upadaya rupa. And mahabhuta is pathavi, apo, tejo, vayu. So this is rupa. Rupasa samudaya, ahara samudayo, rupa samudaya. That is when the food has all of this. So you are replenishing the pathavi, apo, tejo, vayu all the time. That's it. We'll not take Atthangama because that is going to take into Nibbana. So we'll first understand Rupa Samudaya. What is Vedana? Chai me Vedana. 6. First you should have contact. Chakuncha rupe cha upajjati chakku vinyana. So with the eye, chakuncha, paticcha, coming together, bonding, or dependent upon the eye. Rupecha, with the form, when the eye and the form. What form? The visible form. It already has Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo, Varna, Rasa, Gandha, Oja. This whole thing is coming as an input. Chakuncha paticca rupe cha upajjati. So then arises Chakku Vinyanam. So then you get an I consciousness which recognizes that object. Recognizes as one or the other way. Okay. Tinna Sangati Passo. These coming together is Passa. Now without the contact, there cannot be any feeling. So when we say Vedana, what is Vedana? It can be coming through the Chakku. Chakku Sampassacha Vedana, or Sota, by hearing that experience, the Vijnana which is experiencing it and making the experiencer, okay, that is Sota Sampassajasa Vedana. Chakku Sampajasa Vedana, Sota Sampajasa Vedana, Ghana Sampajasa Vedana, Jivha Sampajasa Vedana, Kaya Mano Sampajasa, Kaya Sampajasa Vedana, Mano Sampajasa Vedana. 6 Vedanas. So when we say Vedana, it cannot happen without Phassa, without contact. So if there is no contact, no Vedana. If there is contact, there is Vedana. That's exactly what he says. Samudaya is Phassa Samudayo, Vedana Samudayo. So if by chance I were to practice Indriya Samvara, then the Phassa is not there. So then no Vedana. So it is neutral, Upekha. That's a practice. First I need to understand. So I understood Rupa, I understood Vedana, then I am coming into the Sanya. What is Sanya? The perception. This is a visible object. That is Rupa Sanya. Oh, this sound. Saddha Sanya. Oh, this taste. Rasa Sanya. Oh, this touch. Wow, what a great touch. Okay. So Pottabha Sanya. Then what a smell. Gandha Sanya. I'm thinking, I'm feeling so happy. That is Dhamma Sanya. 6 Sanya. Phassa Samudayo, Sanya Samudayo. So if there is a feeling, it immediately brings in perception. You cannot cut. You cannot say first feeling comes, then Sanya comes. They both come together and they both go together because of the Phassa. Phassa Samudayo, Vedana Samudayo, Phassa Samudaya. Then we have the Sanya. Then I do volitional actions or preparations or make choice. What should I do with this object? Should I accept it? Should I reject it? Should I do this way? Should I do that way? What should I do with the sound? Should I react to the sound or not react to the sound? Should I do this? Vitakka and Vichara keeps on happening. Now that is what Sankhara is. Volitionally, I am carrying out certain things. Then just allowing the sound to come as sound, allowing the sight to come as sight. I am not doing that. I am processing it, making it mine, making it in a way which is agreeable to my mind. That is Sankhara. And rejecting those which are not as per what I think it should be. So that is Sankhara. So I will do 2 kinds of Sankhara. Punyabhi Sankhara, Apunyabhi Sankhara all the time. Depending upon these 5 which are coming together. Okay. So this is how the Sankhara comes. What is Sankhara? You have Rupa Sanchetana, Saddha Sanchetana, Rasa Sanchetana, Mano Sanchetana, Gandha Sanchetana, then Pottabha Sanchetana on one side. Another sanchetana, if we take chakku sanchetana, what the eye should be doing. Sota sanchetana, what the ear should be doing. Ghana sanchetana, what the nose should be doing. Jivha sanchetana, what the tongue has to be doing. Kaya sanchetana, what the body has to be doing. Mano sanchetana, what the mind has to be doing. Sanchetana, chetana is intention. Sanchetana, a fixed intention or a intention which would give you a result. Generally with raga, with dvesha and with moha. That is with greed, or can be with desire, then hatred and delusion. So when I do a sanchetana, it means that I am either doing with raga or with dvesha or with moha. So mano sanchetana is the main thing in that. But let's only take this much, that phassa samudaya, sankhara samudayo. And this is the sankhara, and this is how the sankhara happens. Finally, the vinyana. Again, 6 vinyanas. Why? Because there's a contact. Chakuncha paticha rupecha uppajjati chakku vinyana. Like that sota vinyana, like that ghana vinyana, jivha vinyana, mano vinyana. The 6 vinyanas. So this is what is the 5 aggregates. Now, upadana khanda is grasping to these 5 aggregates as me. I am experiencing. I am rupa, I am vedana, I am sanya, I am sankhara, I am vinyana. So this is what I will be doing. I am seeing, I am hearing, I am tasting, I am touching, I am smelling, and I am thinking. So the practice here is Anattalakkhana of it. What is Anattalakkhana? Can I make the rupa agreeable and malleable and desire that this is how the rupa should be? No, not possible. So then what I am supposed to do? There is no atta in that. There is nothing called as personality or a self over there. Then the Vedana. Can I say that I want to enjoy this kind of feeling and not that kind of feeling? When I see a sight, I should get this feeling. If I hear a sound, I should get this kind of feeling, like that. Thisness. No. It's random. It's not as per one's wish. The sound is not as per one thinks it should be. Like that, the other. So when I observe like this, observe, anatta can be seen. Because if I were to make it work all the time, the sight, sound, taste, touch, smell, and thought, then yes. But sights are on their own. The sound is on their own. The taste is on their own. Everything is on their own. And the sense organs also are on their own. I cannot dictate. You see this. No. Ear, you hear this. No. Tongue, you taste this. No. Body, you touch this. No. Nose, smell this. No. Mind, think about this. No. So, anatta. So, chakku anatta, rupa anatta, saddha anatta, the sota anatta, saddha anatta, ghana anatta, gandha anatta, kaya anatta, pottabha anatta, mano anatta, dhamma anatta. So we can see that they are not atta. So this is what I need to practice whole day. Whenever I touch something, this is not mine. This is not me. So this is not mine. Eso na mama. Eso na aham asmi. This is not belonging. I don't have a belongingness of the sight or the eye. They both don't have any belonging. If they belong to me, I should have been able to tune them the way I want. Since eye and sight cannot be tuned up, ear and sound cannot be tuned up, nothing can be tuned the way I want it to be. Eso na aham asmi. Finally, eso na me atta. The na me atta is what we are working as Sotapanna. So if you can't get the first one, eso na mama is okay. Eso na aham asmi is also okay. As a Sotapanna, eso na me atta. This is not me. If by this practice you are able to get a completely relieved feeling right here, right now, then you are a Sotapanna. Why? Because the Sila is established. You have a faith in Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, and hence you are able to experience Anatta. So when you experience, meaning the mind lets go of its hold, upadana, it sees Rupa as Rupa, Vedana as Vedana, Sanya as Sanya, Sankhara as Sankhara, and Vijnana as Vijnana, then you can proclaim for yourself that you are a Sotapanna. So that concludes our practice. So again, I put forth what the conclusion and what we are supposed to do is, we are taking as a Sotapanna, as a Puttujana coming into the Sotapanna, what he or she has to do. I don't know whether I'm Sotapanna yet or not. I don't know. So how should I know? So I have taken the Sutta. Which Sutta? I have taken Mahaparinibbana Sutta in the Digha Nikaya. Under that, I have taken where Buddha tells Ananda, don't keep on asking me every day whether this guy has become Sotapanna, that guy has become a Sakadagami, that is an Anagami, this is an Arahat. I will teach you how you should know for yourself whether a person is Sotapanna or not. And when you teach them, they should be able to know that they are Sotapanna. Okay, so now this is called as mirror teaching. Mirror reflection teaching. So what is the mirror reflection teaching is that I say the Gatha, then I investigate the Gatha. It is Pariyatti, Patipatti. I should get the experience. It is Pativedan. So when I do Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhasa, if I've understood it, if I practice to understand what it is, then I get a Pativedan, which is the experience. Same way with the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. So I have done that. Then I am keeping in Samadhi for the 5 precepts. So I'm not breaking Sila. I have the faith in the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, and hence I am able to understand, penetrate into the Anattalakkhana. If I have got that Anattalakkhana, then I have reached Sotapanna. Before that, I will get into Anugami, meaning I will understand Rupa, or I might understand Vedana, or I might understand Sanya, I might understand Sankhara. I might not understand anything about Vijnana. That is Anugami. But when I understand all of these 5 and remove the Upadana out of it, it becomes Panchakhanda instead of Panchupadana Khanda. So I've come out of the Atta Dukkha and hence Sotapanna. So that's the practice we are going to do today and tomorrow. It takes you 2 days to do this. So tomorrow we don't have to meet necessarily at this time. We can practice and meet day after tomorrow, because then we can take the Dhammanusati and the Sanghanusati to see how much you have, or I have, you have, all of us have matured or we have understood. Then we can take an action to even more penetrate. If you're already a Sotapanna, you will know it. If you are not a Sotapanna, you will come to know about it. So either way, it is beneficial for me also. considering that I'm yet to become a Sotapanna, so let me see whether I'm already a Sotapanna. That will tell me, wow, you already are. Gives me more faith in the Buddha. I am not at Sotapanna, at least gives me opportunity to work out as a Sotapanna. Fine. So that's the thing we need to do. So this day one, day two. This is the format. So first is create samatha. That is remove the vikhepa, the distractedness, which is why we did the Gatha. So the distractedness will go away because we have done savittaka savichara. Then we are getting into the meaning, what it is and how it is. For the whole day, we can reflect upon it, including the 5 precepts. So that helps us in not breaking the major. We might be breaking minor precept here and there, but we can fix it up. That's fair. Any questions before we end? Comment, suggestion, questions? Or everyone is clear? Okay, so no questions from that side means good to go. So today and tomorrow we'll practice it. We'll meet day after tomorrow. But you can message me anytime. You can ask me any question if you want to look at whether you're a Neya or not a Neya. How should you know whether you're a Neya or not a Neya? How should you know whether you already crossed that or you have any barriers, you have any hindrances? You can directly message me and we can talk about it. But let's not do in the group. Let it be one-on-one. It is much easier. Okay, good night and good day to all of you. Bye-bye.